Outbrain just launched a few completely new ad formats on their Unveil event. And I think some of them are very interesting, especially if you own a brand or if you're a media buyer in native advertising. So let's check them out. My name is Marcel and I'm the founder of PurpleBlack, a native-only agency. So first of all, I mentioned it already in my quick intro, there's Outbrain. Outbrain is one of the biggest traffic sources for native advertising traffic in the world. They're located in Israel, and beside of Taboola, they're, as I mentioned before, one of the biggest players out there. And they've had their Unveil event, which is their keynote, like in Apple style and something like that, where they are announcing new things, new products, new ad formats. The Unveil event this year in March 2022 was digital due to COVID, and they're announcing some very interesting new products, new ad formats. And let's jump on my screen to share my personal highlights and to introduce them a little bit more to you. Alright guys, so this is the replay from the Unveil event, and I'm not sure if it is public available, but it's available, or the replay is available if you was an applicant on this online event. So first of all, here you find the two Outbrain founders, but that's just a side information for you. The first very important thing is, or the first new format is Clip. They call it Clip, and let me show you what Clip is. And I think Clip is something very interesting because you might know that videos are super conversion growing in the past years, for example on Facebook. And they're more overcoming also native advertising platforms, for example here Outbrain. And Outbrain just introduced on their Unveil event the new format, which is called Clip, and we can see here a few more informations about it. And I think it's super interesting because it's not a video which is just for brand awareness or something like that, because Clip is performance driven. So the goal or the target is to generate conversions, and I think that's something extremely important. And let me show you what exactly Clip is. So you see it here, Clip is a 10-second video or GIF, and after the video stops or after this 10 seconds, there is an end card with a direct call to action. And I think it's pretty awesome because you can introduce your product a little bit more, you can introduce your service a little bit more, and it's conversion driven. Outbrain also mentioned something super interesting on that event, because they mentioned that with Clip it's possible to almost double your conversion rate, which is incredible if it is really works. So we're looking forward to test the new ad format Clip out. Another new format is story ads, and you can already see it here on my screen. Story ads are like Instagram stories. You see it here, it looks almost the same like an Instagram story, but available on the open web, so available on websites on the open web. And I think it's an interesting way at the first sight, but I'm not pretty sure if it is a really legit way to generate conversions, because I'm not pretty sure if it is the right format for native advertising itself, but I'm really looking forward to test it out, because I think it's a wonderful way to recycle content when you already have some Instagram content or something like that. And maybe you also reach with story ads a younger audience, which might be positive if you're reaching out for younger people, because on average people are a little bit older than on Instagram or something like that. So maybe it's a new way to interact with younger people on the open web with story ads. So yeah, let me share you another new format which Outbrain introduced. They call it Zoom Experience, and no, it doesn't have something to do with Zoom meetings or something like that, but I think it's a very interesting way to interact with native ads on another way, because let me show it you here. If you scroll down on an article, you just see here the big picture on the full screen on mobile. You see it here very precisely. And if the user scrolls ahead, the picture goes a little bit smaller, and you see here the logo and the buy now button and a quick introduction about the brand or a call to action or something like that. It looks dynamically, and it looks on mobile here, it looks, I think it looks great. And it's a very pretty way to get a lot of space on the user's screen while they're reading. Let's be completely honest, I don't know what to make of it, of the new Zoom experience, because normally native advertising is not interrupting. So it doesn't interrupt the user while reading. And if you're completely honest, Zoom experience interrupt the user because they want to read this copy here on a news page, and then this big image pops up on the screen and it's interrupting. If you scroll ahead, they're also adding the logo and something like that, but yeah, it's interrupting. It's nothing which feels completely naturally if you compare it to regular native ads like image ads at the end of the or at the bottom of the page. As I mentioned before, I don't know what to make of it, but yeah, we'll also try it. We'll also set up campaigns with the new Zoom experience to test it out. That was the new ad formats which Outbrain announced on their Unveil event this year in March 2022. And as you can see here, the conference itself was much longer, and they are not just introducing new ad formats, but they're also introducing new strategies, new bidding strategies, and the new technology and something like that, which are also interesting, but not part of this video. Let's recap everything. So I'm hyped about the new clip ad format because Outbrain told it might be double your conversion, and yes, I think that's super interesting regarding this point to double the conversions. For the other new ad formats, I'm not pretty sure what to do with them, for example with the Zoom experience. So I think that we have to test it out, just try and error a little bit to see how it works, and yeah, maybe my mind changed here in the next few weeks when we test it out. I hope you liked that video and explore some new ad formats which you want to test in the near future. Write me in the comments below which is your favorite new ad format. And don't forget to subscribe to this channel to never ever forget a new video again about native advertising.